Good morning, everyone. I am Vishnu Yuktab, and in front of all of you, I am presenting the Hindu newspaper headline. So, first of all, Center's project likely to benefit 1.35 crore people. Next, GDP growth dips to 6.3% as manufacturing slides. Chief Economic Advisor Nageshwaran says nation's recovery from pandemic continues economic growing faster than in other countries and is on track for 6.8% to 7% expansion this financial year. Next, SC2 set to look into Bilkis Bano's petition against an early release of 11 convicts. Next, Shinde government to form panel to probe flight of mega projects. Next, India US exercise near LAC IRCS China. Next, CMs meet with MBBS student fall to end stare. Next, Jing Zemin, who oversaw in China's economic transformation, passes away at 96. Next, on page number 2, in that center's redevelopment projects likely to benefit at least 1.35 crore people in city. Next, in 5 years, assets of 75 recontesting MCD hopefuls grew between 3% and 4437%. And on page the next, cyber attack, two IMS staffers suspended for late response to server crisis. Next, statement of woman who dated Aftabs after Shraddha's murder recorded. Then on page number 3, in that Kejriwal promises to set up waste to energy plants on war footing. Next, Haryana CM meets MBBS students fail to break deadlock. Next, High Court 6 NIA stands on jailed PFI leaders plea. Next, AAP takes to the state, spells out MCD plans with Nukkad Nataks. Next, Congress releases manifesto for MCD election. Next, one hand after body recovered. Then on page number 4, in that meet on disaster management begins. Next, close ahead of Sukesh Chandrasekhar held in execution case. Next, Kurhani by poll BJP JDU in first phase of after split. Then next, High Court allows Mehbooba to withdraw plea challenging PMLA provision. The next, Jammu and Kashmir release over 1 lakh houses under PMAYG. Next, on page number 5, in that cabinet allows bill to remove governor as a counselor. Next, 8,380 birds killed in avian flu hit areas at Alpha Fuza. Next, CCB unearths e-cigarette racket in Bengaluru, NAP 7. Next, TTD to take up gold plating of Anand Nilayam soon. Next, the way Jallikattu is began held in Tamil Nadu might be cruel, says SC. Next, Azad Samaj party likely to join hands with Samajwadi party. The next, actor Vijay Devkonda appears before ED. Next, Karnataka High Court upholds MHA notification to ban PFI allied outfits with immediate effect. Next, Kerala's man animal conflict immigration team select for Wildlife Trust of India award. Next, SIT presents file with vital proof in MLA's poaching case before Telangana High Court. Then on page number 6, it's an article section in that unseemly conflict. Next, chase and desist. Next, party congress over understanding the China puzzle. Next, an Indian recipe to quell micronutrient malnutrition. Then on page number 7, it's an article section in that towards a robust triumvirate. Next, lays off by IT firm in the US will greatly impact H1B workers. Next, the case for welfare schemes. Next, anti-defection bill not for the current session. Next, on page number 8, in that contributions received by BJP six times higher than Congress. Next, China's stockpile of nuclear warheads will increase by 2035. Next, discounts dues to Gencos and traders dip in the last 6 months. Next, assets of recontesting councillors in Delhi election rise. Next, benchmark Sensex hits the 63,000 mark for the first time. The next, the Assam Meghalaya border fixing. The next are ransomware attacks increasing in India. Then on page number 9, in that books on Patna, a fading city once loved by age-old rulers and travelers. And on page number 10, in that GDP growth dips to 6.3% has manufacturing slides. Next, SC to look into Bilki's Banno's petition. Next, former Chinese leader Jiang Zemin dies. Then next, 16 drones shoot down along Pakistan border this year, BSF. Next, Jamaat Ulma I Hind 6. SC status for Dalit Muslims. Next, Amit pleas for higher pension. EPFO staff ask head office for guidelines on SC order. Next, Jammu and Kashmir hiring scam. CBI searches 14 locations. Next, Mehbooba hacks IFFI jury heads remark. Next, why constitutional validity of Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act clue clause went unchallenged. SC. Next, China wants US not to interfere in its regional relations with India. Then on page number 11, in that MAN displays 25,000 zero electricity bill from Punjab. Next, voting in 89 Gujarat constituencies today, 788 candidates in the ferry. Next, 100 monuments to be lit up to mark India's G20 presidency. Next, senior journalist Ravish Kumar resigns from NDTV. Next, Tamil Nadu Governor 6 report on security lapse during PM visit. Next, PCI advises against media articles predicting poll results. Next, over tenfold increase in contraband sized in Gujarat, says EC. Next, Adivasi and Vanvasi row over title put tribes in political spotlight. Next, India's G20 agenda will be inclusive, ambitious, China, action oriented. Then on page number 12, in that 6 killed, 15 injured in bus truck collision in UP. Next, Chindambaram. Next, Chindambaram says government blind to factors affecting economy. Next, farm labor stage protest against Punjab government. Next, student unrest continues at South Asia University. Next, SC worries over effect of GM crops on livelihood of women farm laborers. Next, SC6 centers response on evolving a program to protect Great Indian booster. Indian Buster. Next, 160 to 100 mn Indians could be exposed to lethal heat waves annually, World Bank report. Then next on page number 13, in that sized to east to Ukraine villages near Bakhmut, says Russian army. Next, UK unveil digital trade deal with Ukraine, meeting set in London. Next, at least 20 tornadoes hit southern US, relief shelters open. The next, suicide blast in Pakistan targeting police kills 3, leave 28 wanted. Next, Russian Chinese bombers fly joint patrols over Pacific. Next, IS leader killed in battle, new chief named. Next, give anti-Taliban forces space to unify, says former Afghan leader. Next, 10 killed in bombing of Afghan school. Next, China to suppress hostile forces soon. Then on page number 14, in that India's core sector growth break to 0.1% in October. Next, Sitaraman sees government capital spending spurring growth. Next, new digital lending norms kicks in today. Next, fiscal deficit touches 45.6% of full year budget target. Next, TKM vice chairman Vikram S. Kirloskar passes away. Next, NDTV share continue to rally for fifth day, hit upper side circuit. Next, NMDC reverse cut rises ore prices by rupees 300 a ton. Next, Discom's outstanding dues dip by rupees 24,689 crore. Next, NBFCs to grow AUM by 14% in next fiscal. Next, Iran not lifting Indian tea awaits rupee deal. Next, telcos seek framework norms to levy uses charge on OTTs. Next, new digital lending norms kick in today. Next, panel motors gas pricing freedom from 2026. Next, World Cup to rise $25 million to fund expansion. Next on page number 815, in that Pulishk injured during Iran game, diagnosed with pelvic contusion. Next, Frappard to make World Cup history has first women referee. Next, Cameroon goalkeeper Onan sent home for disciplinary reason. Next, Pele hospitalized again, but there's no emergency, says daughter. Next, Australia makes profligate Danes pay. Next, Rashford masterclass put England in the knockouts. Next, final match washed out. New Zealand wins ODI series. But Patrick's hits the bullseye twice. Next, Germany has hit Germany has its back to the wall again. No such worry for Spain. Next, England Pakistan test virus likely to affect start. Then on page number 16 in that Labuschagne gives Australia opening days honor. Next, Unnati Amol and Dhruv cruise into pre-quarter. Next, Deshwal Ajit on the Powell has Panthers Tame Bulls. Next, Jaiswal and Abhimanyu put India in control. Next, Dhruvalla is Mahindra Racing's reserves driver in Formula E. Next, Shruti is past Ritu meets Ria in semifinals. Next, India stuns Aussies with last gap's goal. Next, Nihal Sharin takes Sole lead. Humpy narrowly misses it. Next, Railway team continue their merry run. Next, Sarat Kamal receives Khel Ratna Award. Next, Rituraj Unadkar sizzled for Maharashtra and Saurashtra. Next, a memorable win for Vishnu and Rajnit pair. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.